Hello, beautiful. It's Joe again, and we are back for week 23 of alternate day fasting and part 2 of talking about pasta alternatives. And I gave spaghetti squash a second try, picked up a fresh one from the store, did a couple of things a little bit different. So end verdict though being that I still didn't love it. It wasn't horrible. I actually liked this one less than the last one though. The squash last time, while I did not cook long enough and was significantly too crunchy, had a more neutral flavor, which in this case was better because it's a carrier for the sauce more than anything else. This time it had a much nuttier flavor. I was able to cook it long enough to get it past that extreme crunchiness. It was much more the al dente crunchy that people have talked about and that I've heard spoken of. In this case, though, this one was much more squashy, nutty tasting, and so it fought the it fought the sauce. I did microwave it for a good 20 minutes again. I cut it in half, where oval, and I did it in half this way instead of this way this time, because I had also heard that you get longer strands of the squash, more spaghetti-ish, and that was fine. I don't think there was any negative to that. After the 20 minutes in the microwave, I cut it, removed the seeds, then I put it in the toaster oven for like 40 minutes with some oils, some bacon grease actually, and upside down. And then I checked it, and it started wanting to shred without me hardly touching it, even just checking it. So I went ahead and partially shredded it to see how well the edges were cooking or if it needed to cook a lot longer. And it still needed a little bit more, so I put it for 20 more minutes. And so basically that was 20 minutes in the microwave and then an hour in the toaster oven. And I got it pretty good and done by that point without it being weirdly squishy. It wasn't overly squishy or anything like that. Really, the only failure this time was that this particular one was a bolder tasting squash, which did not agree with the sauce. I also got a chance to try some Miracle Noodles, medium, but I'm going to give them another try. The ones I tried was this one, which is already pre-flavored. It had a little bit of marinara sauce on it. They're pretty much pre-cooked. This one was, hey, you can just microwave it in the bag, serve it up, eat it if you want. They're pretty slippery, verging on slimy. But I did some research, and apparently if I get the unflavored ones, drain them, rinse them, put them in the skillet, and actually cook them up in the skillet carefully for a while and dry them down, basically, that I should be able to get rid of a lot of the slippery factor to a point which will probably make it a little more acceptable. I'm going to try that. I bought a couple of other packages that were not flavored, that are just in the liquid it's shipped in to keep it hydrated, but there's not a flavor. So I'm going to try that soon. I have not had a chance to yet. One of the fun parts about alternate day fasting is there weren't that many food days between the last video and now. I have had a couple of hiccup days when it comes to how my food has gone and how my body is treating me. Well, first off, I'm 46, which means I'm reaching the point, guys, you might not want to know this if there's any boys looking, but hey, sorry. I am perimenopausal, which means my cycle has been shifting and changing a little bit for the last couple of years. For me, that initially has meant that my cycle is getting closer together. It's not a 28-day cycle, it's more like a 24-day cycle now, which is annoying, but it's also getting a little bit lighter and it's not as heavy as it used to be that's enough on that. However, this week it showed up 9 days early. I'm like, WTF? What do you mean? Getting shorter and coming a week and a half early are two different things, and no, I didn't like that. I'm ready to be done with this. I'm not having kids. I have a fur baby. I don't need to have any of that stuff going on. I know there's physical side effects. It's going to come one way or the other anyway, and I know how to moisturize more. I'm a moisturizer. Since I moved to such a dry area, I had to up my moisturizing game anyway. I know my eyes are showing their age a little bit more these days. Yeah. I mean, I could live without that, but the monthly visitor can go away completely now. I ain't having no babies. So, that being said, I had some friends over for a belated birthday barbecue-y thing on Saturday, and ate things that are not within my paleo wheelhouse, are more calorie packed than is generally what I'm trying to go for. And then I reached the point where I'm like, fine, I'll have a couple of sodas. You know what? Whatever. They're gone already. I've eaten my fill for the most part, but I haven't had any kind of pastries in a while, and so I ran to the store and bought ice cream and cinnamon rolls. And I ate them all. I about made myself sick off of it. And then on yesterday's food day, I ate pretty well. Then I'm like, there's still a couple of leftover sodas from my company. I need to get them out of the house, so I'm just going to drink them. They're not even the soda flavors I prefer. And I'm like, whatever, I'm having this Coke. And then I thought I was done eating, and my body said, you know what? You want to eat more. So I ate the soup that I was actually prepping to put in the fridge to eat tomorrow. So I definitely went over my calorie preferences in the last week. I still did my full fasting on my alternate days, and so I'm still down an entire half a week of calories, but I overate and did not stay as paleo as I intended to or wanted to on my food windows. It definitely was hormonal, I think. Just I had the urge to eat. I wasn't even that hungry, but I had the urge to stay feeling fuller, if that makes sense. I just really wanted to be full, and every time that full feeling started going away, I wanted to eat something again. We will see how the next couple go, because I'm not okay with that being a habit. It's one thing to be human and have a hiccup. It is another thing for it to become a habit, and that is not my intent. So we'll see how that goes. So, I am also in my pre-Dragon Con, non-con t-shirt binge right now, because due to the COVID situation, all of the conventions keep getting canceled and going virtual. And I mean, it's better than nothing. And in some ways, it's better to my heart that I wasn't going to go anyway, even if it didn't get canceled. So at least they're not doing it without me. But I'm still missing it happening. And I sent my friends their nerd care packages, and I put my stuff together. And so for the last few days, I have been wearing all my nerdy t-shirts. Today is my Big Trouble in Little China t-shirt. That I love, most especially because not only do I love Big Trouble in Little China, but it made me so flippin' happy that the one I found, let's see, come here. Her dress is polka dotted, and I am polka dotty, and it made me really happy when I came across that, I have to tell you. And it's still one of my favorite nerd t-shirts, but it's really hard trying to pick a favorite nerd t-shirt. It's like trying to pick a favorite child. Can't do it. Though you always get ones that, you lean towards. Um, So, in Ode to Non-Con, I am immersing myself in nerd culture. Let's see. So, oh, another thing. I got up this morning to go take my walk, got out of bed, and was like, what's wrong with my ankle? I've got this incredible twingy, pinchy pain, like right at the ankle bone. Uh, it fades off a little bit and then it comes back roaring. And I did not go to bed with any ankle pain, and I don't know what's going on. I'm like, it's not like sleeping on your pillow weird where you wake up with a crick in your neck. What happened to my ankle? I didn't do anything to it and it wasn't hurt when I went to bed. How do I twinge and hurt my ankle while sleeping? What? So I did not get my 5 miles of walking this morning. I did not get much of a bicycle ride either yesterday. I noticed my tires were going low really unexpectedly quickly, or I shouldn't say completely unexpectedly. They went low one more time previously and then stayed up for a long time. But I took it to the local garage, and he's checking my tires to see if he needs to put some slime in them or if there's something that needs patching, so that that's not a habitual problem. So I literally rode it from my house to about a quarter mile away to the garage. And that was it. That was my whole bike ride yesterday. But I did have my full 5 mile walk because I knew that tire was low and that I wasn't really going to go on a ride. Today I didn't get it at all because it's still at the garage. And then my ankle's twinging and I don't know what's wrong with that. And I'm supposed to be yoga later today. And I'm hoping that this situation just kind of works itself out, because that's going to annoy me that I'm finally ready to get back to yoga. We took a little bit off because there was just too much going on, and we're both trying to get back to it, and it's dark. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for the sun to come out so I can get out here and walk. And it's taking longer and longer every morning. Let's see. Only other thing going on is I am considering getting some of my makeup tattooed on. So, most particularly eyeliner, eyebrows, possibly a little blush, and possibly a little lip. I have a decent shaped lip, but when I don't have any makeup on at all, my top lip color is not that significantly different from my skin tone, and it just tends to fade out and look thin and not there. And especially with the mask situation, I prefer to wear lipstick pretty much any day, every day, all day. My lips are so used to it, they get really dry feeling anyway if I don't. But with the masks on and everything, I'm smearing lipstick all inside the mask. I'm wearing the mask all day long. Nobody's seeing my lips anyway. It's just smearing on the inside of the mask, and I'm not getting to put my look out there. I'm messing up the mask. It's getting blurred all around the line. I can get the same effect with a little Carmex without the mess, but it's made me revisit previous thoughts about cosmetic makeup tattooing. I was also speaking to a friend recently and found out that a tattoo parlor that my friend Shannon loves is, or has previously done cosmetic tattoos, and I know somebody who knows somebody who's gone there and had theirs redone like every 2 years regularly for a while now. Now, being the situation we're in with the world and COVID, I don't know whether they're doing it actively right now. I know the shop itself is open, but I don't know if any of their current minimal staff are cosmetic tattooers. It's something I'm going to look into, though, because my little base of eyeliner that I can then, wing out for my more daily dramatic look, as I am getting into the ages I am, besides the hormonal shifts like that, things like my eyebrows are actually getting thinner than they used to be and not as full. Used to be, I mean, I had a full dark brow without any help. And now they're a little sparse. They're more sparse than I'm happy about, and I have to fill them in, especially because I do a more dramatic vintage look. But even without that, they're a little barer, more bare looking than I'm happy about. So I am considering cosmetic tattooing again. Everything else has been pretty much status quo. Just been getting ready for my non-convention and trying to take time to try new foods and trying not to eat the entire fridge when it is my food window. Now, I hope you are having a lovely week, and I will see you next time. Please remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me comments if you have any questions, or if you have any experience with cosmetic tattooing or perimenopause and want to, let me know if there's more I should be looking at. Because I gotta say, I always expected it to get less frequent, not more frequent. That's annoying. Now you have a great day, and I will see you next time. So I'm smearing up my makeup that nobody's gonna see. Hello? Where was I? Okay, so I'm not liking this lighting today either. It really wants to glare. What if I put it down there? We just got a glare problem today. Very unhappy with my lighting today. Sorry. Don't squeak at me like that. Crack. Okay, maybe. Okay, let's try this again.